It seems you've had a bad dream. It seems you thought for a second the Yeoman video was dead, but actually I've just been turned into a statue for the past 3 years. Sir Bronte ass! That's actually good. I actually like that. You look like a Darkest Dungeon boss. Yo, I'll take that. That's actually, I'll take that. Not too bad. I will take that. I will take that. Thank you. Thank you. Another not too bad. Tell me about your character. My character is me. I don't know what to say to you. From a young age, I was cursed by a witch because my mom and my dad they quaffed a forbidden potion known on the streets as meth. And that turned me into a statue person. And I have slowly, over time, gained the ability to speak, play video games. I am still, however, mostly stuck in one location. The first meth background I've ever heard from a VTuber. Well, dude, I am trying to break new grounds with VTubing. I'm trying to be the first ever marble statue VTuber, the first ever meth VTuber. I don't take meth. I'm just a unfortunate product of it. And the first ever straight VTuber. There will be no homosexuality here. None whatsoever. That's a novelty. I don't know if you've ever tried to watch a VTuber stream before. I have only done it on rare occasions. Homosexuality is like a key piece of the formula, it seems. So I will never be popular. This is the extent of my popularity. Not even a little teensy bit? No, not even a little teensy bit. How much did you pay for this? Like, well, let me show you what I paid for, actually. I'll show you the concept art that I received. I paid like $350. $350. But he's a talented man, let me show you. It's very professionally done. I really like it. It was a little too gray. Compare. See how I'm a lot whiter? I did that myself. I didn't even bother telling the artist to make it more white. I just did it myself. But that's what it looks like. And the expressions, I don't think there's something I can use right now. The duck in the corner, crazy. The duck on the shoulder is super cute. The duck in the corner, crazy. The concept art does look a bit fruity. You know, when you hire an artist, this man is very talented. But you should look at the other work he's done and realize how much I pushed the medium. Okay? Let me see if I can show you his like the work he did just before this model, okay? Because you'll see that I really pushed the limits of this man's ability, though he is, as I said, very skilled. Here is the last VTuber art that this guy made. You can see how he's gone a little outside of his comfort zone. You see what I'm saying? A little outside of his comfort zone with my model. So I'm very happy. He delivered. And the thing is, you can't find someone who has made marble statue VTubers before. It's just not a thing. So you can't find somebody who like has done exactly what I'm looking for. So I just had to find someone who like, you look at his work and you're like, you know what? He is talented. He does know how to put together a design. And I felt like even without the boobs, he could make it work. And I think he delivered. No boobs here, and yet I think it works. I think it looks very good. Anything else you want to know about my backstory? Yeah, product of meth. I'm a statue. I can't leave this location. I can only teleport between locations using the power of meth. A pair of huge tits might be exactly what your statue needs. Well, I will admit that I would probably be more popular if we could do that. Do you want to test this, or is this too far? Is this way too far to go on the first stream, or do you want to test this? Is it better? It's so not better. Too far. Too far. So-called straight VTuber. That's really funny, actually. No, dude, it's not better. I think it's definitely better with just the robe. You know what I mean? How did your statue get married? Is your wife also a statue? My wife is not a statue. I have a full human child. I was cursed by the mistakes of my parents. It was basically a deal with the devil sort of deal. You know what I mean? They lose all their problems, and in exchange, their son becomes a piece of marble. But it didn't work out for them. Monkey's paw sort of situation. My father is dead. My mother has lost her mind completely to the meth. Basically, over time, through the grace of God, I have been able to become more and more human once again. I was not born a statue, but early in life cursed into being a statue. Do you see what I'm saying? What do you call a statue file? I think you might just call it that. I think you may have just coined the term just now. Is that a thing? That might be a thing. I mean, some like Greek statues and stuff are like basically naked. I could see a statue file being an actual thing, but aren't you just kind of like a somebody who's attracted to people? You know what I mean? And it's just a representation of, or is it only statues that get you off? That would be like a picture file. Do you know what I mean? Not attracted to real women, only pictures of women. The duck is the wife. The duck, the duck is not the wife. Wasn't there a woman who married a piece of the Berlin Wall? That is not the same. That is not marble. I'm offended. That is like, I just told you that I am 100% Chinese, and you said, I love Vietnamese food, dude. That is what you just did. You just assumed that brick, or whatever the fuck concrete the Berlin Wall was made out of, is the same as marble. I'm deeply offended. Clearly the duck introduced you to your wife since you can't move. Oh, that makes sense. You know, I actually did date my wife long distance before we even met. So the duck was carrying back correspondence. That's classic. That's confirmed. That is lore now. That is confirmed. That is how me and my wife met. That makes perfect sense. But anyway, what else do people do in a debut stream? I was just gonna game. I think I'm getting close to ready to just game. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what else people do in these. Like, what do you want to know? Most of you already know me. This is not like, I'm not like a brand new person. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only other thing I had fucking an icebreaker prepared. You know that what will you press the button thing? Where it tells you like, you could have world peace, but you'd have to kill all of this particular race. Would you press the button? Yes or no? And I know that sounds like I'm just making up one, but that's like a real one. I was like, well, shit, we could do some of that if we don't want to go straight into gaming because it's funny. You know, you learn about my moral compass. But at the same time, like, we could just game. Thank you for joining me for the debut. We're gaming.